Hey, glad you could join me. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you. I hope you're sitting comfortably. Hope you've got yourself a drink. But it's good. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. But it's not about me. It's about you. And some people have asked, why do apps, learning apps, not do so well? Well, this is just my theory behind it. But I've got kind of four key points. Um, to be able to help you get past the app stage, the application on your phone stage for learning languages. So, firstly, I think that the apps are a bit childlike, with the bright colours and the yay and the little animated characters. And after a while, if you're an adult, that is, if you're an adult like me, after a while you find them a little bit condescending. Oh, you didn't spell this correct. You didn't say that correct. It's not very good feedback. The loop to learn isn't a very good feedback. And so they feel kind of childish and gimmicky. And that leads me on to the second point, is like that winning streak. Oh, you got a badge. Whee! You've done 3 days in a row. You've done 5 days in a row. Well, when you get up to sort of, I don't know, 45 days in a row, it kind of adds a lot of stress. Oh, goodness, crap, I got to make sure I get it on, otherwise I'm going to lose my badge. So you either get sucked into it and feel stressed, or you think it's stupid. Because you're responsible for your learning, not the app. So it's like your mum stopped giving you stickers on the refrigerator or on a reward chart. She stopped doing that when you were about, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 years old. You've grown up. You don't need that kind of fake cheerleader attitude, especially from an app. So those two together make it feel kind of less your own motivation, less your own ownership of it, And then the third thing, and I find this with all products you buy regards to learning languages, is that often it's not relevant. Now, I bought, I think it was some audio tapes, audio book, in regards to learning Spanish a couple of years ago. And it had really, really good reviews. But in the first sort of half hour, it talked about camping and booking a reservation for 2 people. And I thought, well, that's never going to be me. So I'm spending, say, 2-3 hours learning how to organize a camping trip in Spain. And I just didn't feel that it was really relevant to me, I'm kind of a people person. So I'd like to ask about a person or about their work, about the area. And so learning about camping for the first 2 hours really didn't vibe with me, Although I understand the building up of the steps, which was good, just the camping thing wasn't really my vibe. So I really lost interest quite quickly. It was just not relevant at all. All right, then the fourth thing then really would be that you're not likely to retain the information that much because there's not a lot of sensory input. You're either reading it or listening to it and then trying to repeat. Whereas generally when you're learning something quite intensive, like for example learning to drive a car, you're using your brain, your eyes, your ears, your hands, your movement, and your brain knows you're going from A to B. So when you're learning with an app or a book, it is kind of two-dimensional. It's not getting the whole of you or multiple sensory inputs. So this moves on to the last point I've got, and this is what I do with students and with mentorees, is that I find out about them and I find out what's important to them. I also work out what is their motivation. Is it a stick? Is it a carrot? And I build a plan of how long a time frame they've got and how much energy they can use during the day to put into it and how to make it easy. You know, like if you put your running shoes and your gym bag by the bedroom door in the morning, so when you get up and get dressed, you grab your bag. You know, you put your keys for your car near the door. So when you want to go, you go to the door, you grab your keys, you go. You don't leave your keys upstairs in the bathroom cabinet because that wouldn't make sense. So making it easy for yourself. So not only do I get the student to tell me everything they're excited about and passionate about, but also what motivates them, stick or carrot. And then there's a few other steps that we bring in to make it much more engaging. And then we don't just listen, and I do prescribe a lot of listening, but then also I prescribe writing stories and writing information that they have to use with collocations. So if they learnt a new word, for example, they learnt the word, I don't know, menu. I would say, okay, now let's write out, maybe for homework or something like that. I'd say I'd want you to write three or four different sentences with the word menu in it. So you understand not just the one word, but what it's all about. You know, so it could be a wine menu, food menu, etc., etc. And all the ancillary words that go around it. So you might understand about cutlery, you know, maybe about crockery, and other words related to the kitchen or food. And so that builds a bigger picture, a bigger understanding. So you really get to know the word and the meaning of it and context. And so that's likely to stick in your brain more, as well as you maybe going into your kitchen and writing about it and seeing it and touching it. You know, even if you just pick up a plate and we write about that and we talk about that and we listen about that and we have exercises and activities about a plate. That word plate will stay in your mind for decades if you have multi-sensory inputs. And also if you then go to a foreign country that uses that language and you go, I know this word. And it comes back a lot quicker and easier. And then you can have fun with it, because you got to have fun. Otherwise it all goes and you get stressed out and worn out and fed up. So this is really just a quick video of telling you why I find just apps or just a book not really sufficient to help words and phrases stick in your brain for longer periods of time. So that's it. That's all I got for today, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye bye.